Om Shanti. Today we are reading the Murli of the 4th of August, 2023. And we're listening to the sweet versions of our greatest teacher ever, Baba. And the essence, Baba is saying, sweet beloved children, the Father has come to create the new world of heaven for you. Therefore, do not attach your hearts to this hell, but continue to forget it. Baba is always telling us that this is hell. And he repeats it like a good teacher because he knows that it is the essence of our study. And so he says we must not attach our hearts to this hell, but continue to forget it. Question: in which form does the merciful Father have mercy for you children? Answer: the Father says, in the form of the Father, I become as sweet as saccharine and give you children much more love than any human being could ever give you. I make you into the masters of a world of pure love. In the form of the teacher, I give you such an education that you become queens of paradise. This study is for becoming deities from human beings. The jewels of this knowledge make you into the masters of the world. What a beautiful way for a teacher to introduce the subject to the children. Sweetness and the lofty ending where you are becoming deities from human beings. So Baba is such a wonderful teacher. The song, who is the mother and who is the father?
कौन है बेटा कौन है माता कौन है बेटा कौन है माता छोड़ दे बालक जग से नाता छोड़ दे बालक जग से नाता.
So Baba is going into the details of who is the mother and who is the father. Om Shanti. The meaning of Om Shanti has been explained to you children. The meaning of Om is, I am a soul. I, the soul, am a child of the incorporeal Supreme Soul. The father of a body is the one who gives it a birth. He's called the father who gives birth to a body, whereas Shiv Baba is the father of souls. He's constantly the father. Millions and billions of souls reside in the incorporeal world where they are constantly viceless. Impure souls cannot reside in the supreme abode. First of all, you have to make the aspect of your being souls firm, and that your father is the supreme soul. In the relationship of souls, all are brothers. The father of this body is called its physical father. The father of this soul is called the Father from beyond. He is the one Father of everyone. People call out, "O God the Father, O Purifier, Merciful One." It is souls that call out to the Father. Souls, together with their bodies, are unhappy. So that's hell. Hell is a place of great unhappiness. And so Baba is emphasizing that point. Then, in the Golden Age, souls experience happiness in their bodies, which is why that is called the land of happiness, heaven. This is hell. It is sung that everyone remembers God at times of sorrow. Dot, 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 meaning that there is a whole lot of things in sorrow. They remember the purifier. They understand that the Father, the purifier, resides up above in the supreme abode. The Ganges cannot be the purifier. The Ganges can be seen with your physical eyes. It is not possible to see the incorporeal Father or a soul. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the bestower of life and also the bestower of divine vision, is called God the Father, the Creator. Acha. So where did the mother come from? How could the Father create the world without the mother? The mother is definitely needed. God the Father, the creator of the human world, is the Father of all. Since there is the Father, there must also be the mother. The Father comes and explains, because it's very important to have both the Father and the mother if there must be a birth. So let's hear how Baba is going to go into this one. Very exciting. I am the corporeal one. That's what Baba is explaining. I am the incorporeal one. It is only when I come and get married that I can have children. However, I am not going to get married. So how is he going to have children? That's the question. Children have to be created without my getting married. Therefore, what do? I adopt you children. For instance, when a man wants an heir to leave his property to, but doesn't have a wife, he would adopt someone. He himself becomes the mother and the father. Therefore, the unlimited Father says, I too am your father. How I create children is a matter to be understood. So I hope you understood that. Creation will say that since Baba is talking to the souls, we don't have to just understand it, but we have to understand it from within the soul. So we have to understand it. The Father himself comes and explains, I need a body, therefore I take the support of this one. You say that you are the children of God. Everyone is a child of God. But it is at this time that God appears personally in front of you. In front of whom? In front of you children. Not only are we children, but we're students as well. Eh? He comes and adopts you. You understand that you have become Baba's children. The Father is the creator of heaven. He teaches you Raj Yoga in order to make you into the masters of heaven. He himself sits here and explains, I am incorporeal God, the Father. How does the incorporeal one become the creator of the human world? He adopts you children and he sits and explains to you. I am Shiva, the incorporeal one. You souls are also incorporeal. You go into the jail of wombs, whereas I do not go into the jail of a womb. For half a cycle, each womb is like a palace for you. And for the other half, it is like a jail because for half a cycle, Maya, Ravan makes you commit sin. Maya doesn't exist in the golden age to make you impure and unhappy. I give you your inheritance of heaven for 21 births. The new world is called heaven. When a house grows old, you leave it and go to a new one. This world is also old. That, meaning heaven, is the new world, the golden age, the pure world. Therefore, the Father says, beloved children, I am establishing heaven for you. And so why do you attach your hearts to this hell? Now forget this hell. Remember me, your Father, and heaven continue, and heaven. So you must remember me, your Father, and heaven. Continue to forget the old world. So Baba is saying that this is unlimited renunciation. And it's a very important point because if you forget this old world, what's going to replace it? You will just go into nothingness. Huh? So, and the mind doesn't work like that. So it has to have something to replace it with. So the Father and heaven. Remove all your attachment from everything you see, including your old bodies. Just think that you have given everything to God. Your bodies, wealth, property, and children are all to be destroyed. This is the same great Mahabharata war through which the gates to liberation and liberation in life will be opened. The gates of liberation and liberation in life will be opened. And you can connect those dots. Remember, the Father gives you the liberation, and then heaven is liberation in life. So you can see Father, heaven. So it's a good little combination there. So Baba says it is called Haridwar, or the gateway to God. Sri Krishna is called Hari, that is remover of sorrow, and his gateway leads to paradise. The Father comes and opens the gates to paradise. No one impure can go there. This is why he purifies the impure and liberates everyone from sorrow. No one else can liberate you. Only the Father is the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. He says, I teach you Raj Yoga. I have come to give you constant happiness. I have brought paradise on the palm of my hand for you. You become deities from human beings by studying Raj Yoga. The intellect also says that this is a matter to be understood. Consider this world to be old and that it has to become new again. Only the one Father is the Almighty Authority who uses his power to make you into the masters of heaven. People want to have one kingdom, one Almighty Authority kingdom. That was there in the golden and silver ages when there was the unshakable, undivided, peaceful, and happy kingdom of deities. There were no obstacles then. It was called an undivided kingdom. And you see why it's undivided, because there are no obstacles. There's nothing there but happiness. There's no sorrow. There was no other religion through which you could become unhappy. Just look at present. Although all the Christians belong to the one religion, there's a lot of conflict amongst them because this is the kingdom of Maya. Maya doesn't exist in the Golden Age. Now they call out, "Oh God the Father, have mercy on us." The Father says, "I have mercy on everyone. I liberate all of you children from sin. That is, I liberate you from the impure world. I take all of you souls back to the incorporeal world. But your bodies will be burned here. Natural calamities have been remembered. You can see signs of them. They will definitely be famine. Now, the Father says, remove your attachment from this dirty world. The unlimited Father is a saccharine. He says, no one can love you as much as I love you. I am now making you into the masters of the pure world. You are now studying for a kingdom. Your aim and objective is in your intellects. No one new can understand anything until someone does what? Until someone sits and explains to him. And that's really interesting because, you know, the royal family, they go to special schools to learn how to rule their kingdom, especially those who are the heirs. Like the new king would have had to go to school to learn the secrets and the techniques of ruling a commonwealth. The kingdom is the commonwealth, so they have special training. So here God is doing that for us because we are going to be the rulers of the entire world. He's making us master almighty authority. So this is the training we are getting now to rule our kingdom. And that's exciting, huh? And we're studying Raj Yoga. That is the curriculum for becoming a master almighty authority. So that should make us very happy even now. So your aim and objective is in your intellects. No one new can understand anything until someone sits and explains to him. He has to sit over a period of 1 week and understand that he has to become a deity from a human being. This is why the Father is called the magician. So you saw the magic. He had to come and he has to adopt us. And the mother, you know, the whole creation story is really quite magical. He doesn't get married, and yet he creates children. Now that's magic. So the Father is called the magician. Use the jewels of this knowledge to make human beings into deities. He's also called the jeweler, the businessman, and the traveler. He comes and makes you into the emperors and empresses of heaven. He is a beautiful traveler. You were of no use. I now teach you and make you into the queens of paradise. Only our sweet Father can talk to us like that and tell us that we were of no use. So what a wonderful Father. But before that, he told us how much he loved us, right? So once you love some person, you can tell them lots of things that other people can't tell them. So we take it so sweetly when Baba tells us that we are gurus and that we are of no use because he's wanting to strip away all of our limitations and give us that vision of being superhuman beings whom we call deities. So Baba says, you understand that you're now studying in order to become part of the sun and moon dynasties. The Father's soul, the Supreme Soul, is teaching you. The Supreme Soul is teaching you. Okay. So, Supreme Soul is teaching you. What are you studying here? You would say, we are studying to become deities from human beings. And in one Murli Baba says, people ask you, what are deities? And very wonderful explanation. Deities are human beings with all the virtues. And so when you say that, they understand that you don't become some creature that is different from a human being. So we're studying to become deities from human beings because the world of human beings with devilish traits is to be destroyed. People even saying that they are virtueless, that they have no virtues. Therefore, the merciful Father sits here and teaches you. People of all religions will accept the one incorporeal Father as God. Although human beings say God is the Father, they don't know who He is or where He comes or where He comes. And I would add to that, or when He comes. They don't know a lot, Baba says. So they don't know who He is or where He comes. You now know that He comes into the old impure world because He establishes a pure world. He makes this old world new. There is nothing but happiness in a new world. Baba is saying, he says, Baba says, I have to come every cycle in order to establish a new world. The intellect understands that after the night, there is the day. There is the Iron Age in the cycle. After the Iron Age, the Golden Age will definitely come. You children are called, the spinners of the discus of self-realization. The soul understands how he takes 84 births. No human being can grant salvation to another human being. It is I who come and explain to you. I enable you to become pure and gain victory over the world with the power of yoga. The Father is the Almighty Authority. You receive the unlimited inheritance from the Father. The earth, sky, and sea, etc., will all belong to you. Just look. Here they put boundaries in the sky and the water. They say that you mustn't enter their waters. There, you rule the whole world. Just imagine what heaven will be like. You can picture it in our minds, you can visualize it. The Bible says, just imagine what heaven would be like. You cannot forget heaven. When someone dies, they say that he has gone to heaven, but where is heaven? This must surely be hell. This is hell itself. All human beings are impure and unhappy. This is the kingdom of Ravan. They continue to burn his effigy, but he doesn't die. They make an effigy of Ravan 100 feet tall. They continue to increase its size. And day by day, they continue to make him taller. But they don't understand anything. These things have to be understood. Baba said about 3 times so far. Just see while this worry is being conducted. It is also being recorded on a tape for the gopis because they cannot live without Murlis. And who are the gopis? Yes, you can understand that Bob is talking to us, the ones who are listening right this moment. So we cannot live without Murlis. Therefore, this arrangement has been made. Without a Murli, they become desperate because this Murli is such that it makes your lives as valuable as diamonds. Baba teaches you here, and then this Murli goes to London and America, etc. Children become very happy while listening to it. It has been sung that the Gopikas weren't able to live without the Murli, that is the fruit of Krishna, and that only God the Father speaks this knowledge to you. One main aspect has to be explained. What is that one main aspect that has to be explained? That one is our unlimited Father, from whom we receive our inheritance of heaven. The soul says, my Father is a supreme soul and is teaching us souls. No one else can say, I, the supreme soul, am teaching you souls. Or, I, the supreme soul, am knowledgeful. Everything has been explained to you children very clearly, but not one's intellect is the same. Some have Sattva-Pradhan intellect, some have Sato intellect, some Rajo intellects, and some Tamil intellects. And so, what can the teacher do? The teacher would say that you didn't pay full attention to your studies. God the Father is knowledgeful, just as a teacher is knowledgeful and teaches students. And what happens? So the Father teaches, the teacher teaches knowledge and teaches students and make them similar to himself. In the same way, it is only God the Father who has the knowledge of this world cycle. No one else has it. Only the Father teaches you this knowledge and makes you knowledgeful. The Father, the highest on high, is knowledgeful. His name is the highest, and his abode is the highest. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are residents of the subtle region. Then human beings are in the third grade. There are still grades amongst human beings. The grades of human beings in the golden age remain high. You go to the golden age. The iron age will be destroyed. When it is the golden age, the silver age doesn't exist. And when it is the copper age, iron age doesn't exist. All of these things have to be kept in your intellects. And this is why these pictures have been made. There are very few human beings in the golden age. Very few human beings in the golden age, whereas there are countless human beings in the iron age. Children ask, Baba, when will destruction take place? And we've been asking Brother Charlie that question constantly this time we are meeting him. And there are all types of answers, of course. And so we continue to ask, when will destruction take place? Baba's given us an answer. Destruction will take place when this plague comes to an end, and everyone will then return home. Everyone will then return home. So I hope you understand when destruction will take place. And when we will all return home, you have it all sorted in your mind. And we know that destruction is happening now. Huh? It hasn't come to its complete end. So Baba is a guide to liberation and liberation in life. He resides in the supreme abode. You also reside there, but you come here to play your parts. The Father says, children, you have to gain victory over Maya. There is no question of violence in this. There is no violence in the Golden Age. Only totally viceless deities exist there. So Baba says, Acha. The sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. And the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. And since he's also the mother and the spiritual mother. So we usually pause here just to see how much we have understood in our consciousness. So we have the essence for dharana. Make your intellects have unlimited renunciation. Remove your attachment from all the old things you can see with your physical eyes, including your body, and remember the Father and heaven. Imbibe this study very well and make your intellect Sato Pratan. Each Murli is for you to study. And so you have to pay a lot of attention to the Murli. And the wonderful teacher, after giving us so much knowledge and expanding our intellects, and making us feel so loved and beloved by the one who loves at a very supreme level, he's given us a blessing. It's like dessert, huh? And so the blessing says, may your mind remain healthy by experience entertainment in your efforts with new types of awareness of your fortune. And the extension of the blessing is in Brahmin life, because of this being your last birth, no matter how weak or ill you are physically, your mind stays healthy. It flies with zeal and enthusiasm. And the sign of a powerful mind is that it can reach wherever it wants to go in a second. For this, continue to praise your fortune and keep flying. From Amrit Vela onwards, bring into your awareness new types of fortune. Sometimes keep one form of attainment in front of you, and at other times, another form of attainment. There will then be attainment in your efforts. You will not get bored, but will experience newness. So you see how Baba wants us to experiment. He wants us to create new methods, because as we understand ourselves better, we also become more creative, we unleash our creativity. And of course, Baba says that you would get bored if you do the same things over and over again. And you would find, I'm sure everyone is finding that as you progress and as your intellect opens, it's like a storehouse of creativity, and you can pick up different aspects and play with them. And this gives us joy and gives us real satisfaction and gives us inspiration to continue to be good students. So we will not get bored, but we will experience newness. And the slogan, perform every action after thinking about it. and you will continue to have success. Om Shanti. So that was